Yeah, I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your
but
mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Revin, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' blow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you. Okay. Now I should be good. All right, there we go. My apologies. I can explain why that is. I have just started playing Call of Duty, and with Call of Duty, I have a headset, and that's what I got to use for the headset so that I can listen to the footsteps and all the shooting and all the other stuff that's going on. So that is why I could not be heard. I had to change the settings on my computer when I switch over to the my broadcasting software. So forgive me. But I would just like to say welcome once again to the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know it's late, but like I said before, due to the level of internet service quality that I have, or the quality of my internet service, I have to broadcast late to maximize my bandwidth and hoping that it don't buffer too bad. So that's just what it is. I'm sorry, but hey, it is what it is. I'm here, you're here, and we are here. So we're going to have ourselves a funky good time on tonight. I'm going to get this chat going, and we're going to get it cracking. But while I'm doing that, I did want to talk a little bit for a couple minutes while people are still coming in. Shout out to everybody that's joined in so far. Please click that like button, click that subscribe button. I have started watching. I know with everything that was going on with the Kyrie Irving thing, and this documentary that he's talking about, I started watching it, and I must say that, in all honesty, I'm not that impressed. I'm just not. I don't know if anybody else has seen From Hebrews to Negroes. I don't know if anybody else has watched it or anybody else will, but I will tell you this. It is not a big deal. It's not like this is like some major revelations that's going on in this documentary. If anybody has seen this documentary, it's like, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm about halfway through, and the documentary is not impressive. It's just basically talking about stuff. That's pretty much what it is. What up, Bolo? Hey man, Bolo, just know I may not always be in the chat, but I do be listening, bro. I check in on you, man. So salute to you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Please check out my man Bolo TV. Go to his channel. You will have some good conversations, some good content, and some godly people over there, which is good. We need more of them in the world. But it's like this documentary, like I said, I thought it was gonna be some real like heavy shit being laid down, and it's really not. Everything that is being talked about in this documentary thus far, like I said, I'm a little bit over halfway through it. It's all just information, and it's literally not even like broken down to a point to where they're like slow walking you through it. They're literally just like regurgitating a bunch of information, and I don't understand why that would be offensive. It's like somebody who is just literally talking, and they're playing music, and they're doing a bunch of cutaways, and they're making the claim that all of these people that are from Africa, that are black, whether they here, whether they in Nigeria, whether they wherever, they're just somehow connecting all of these people to the Jews. And they're saying that we the real Jews and we the original Jews. And my question, though, to the whole documentary is, what do we get from that? Let's just say, and this is my point, and I may even have to do a show about this, but let's just say that this documentary is right. Let's just say, let's give it to them. Let's go with that. Let's say everything that they put in this documentary is correct. What does that do for black folks today? And that, to me, is like the question I'm asking throughout this whole documentary. When I'm watching, I'm like, okay, yeah, but what does all this mean? Yeah, it's kind of like, if you've ever seen Hidden Colors, it's kind of like the same thing.
Y'all talking about all of this shit of what we used to do, how we used to be, where it used to come from, what we used to do, what we used to say, and all this stuff that we talked about back then. And way back in 16 BC, we was the first ones here. Way back in 1717, we thought of this first. We invented light. We invented air. We invented all of this stuff. But what does that do for us today? And it's like those Hebrew Israelites that are like, marching up and down the street, standing out on the corners and preaching all that stuff. What's the difference between them and a storefront preacher? I know everybody's trying to get us woke and everybody's trying to tell us who we originally need to be, what we all need to see, and get out. I'm just trying to figure out, how does that help me today? And it's like, that's and I don't understand why people are so like, I don't know, like in an uproar or upset about it. But I would really say y'all should just watch it, because it is not life-changing. It is not like, oh man, mind is blown. I didn't know this. Here we go. It's not. And it's not even broken down, and it's not even being explained as far as documentaries go. It's not even being talked about. They're literally just dumping information. It's an information download. Well, in the Bible, the people from Shem are what we call the Shemites. Well, now we call them the Semites, and that's what it's a derivative of this word, and that word was a derivative of this word. See, the languages are all the same with the exception of several letters and several syllables that are in different words, but most of the words are. What does all of that mean to me today? The person who is asleep that you're trying to awaken, what is it that you have in this documentary that will change my life and awaken me? Because you telling me that I'm a king and the son of a king, and I don't have no kingdom, and I ain't got no subjects, and I ain't got no crown, don't mean jack shit to me. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. It's like, in all of this stuff that's going on, it's like, okay, you and everything that you're telling me, it's literally you just saying it. You're showing a cutaway of some black folks from as old as it is to make film or pictures or whatever it is. You show that and you say, these people are from this area. Where's that area? That's in Africa. Okay. That was 400 years ago, 600 years ago. What does that do for me today? Because I can't go over there and say, yeah, this is where my people originally from. This is my land. I can't do that. So it's like, I don't know. To me, it kind of went back to, I kept saying to myself, see, this is the reason why I don't like rolling with this pro-black Hebrews Israelite stuff. Because it really is, to me, it sounds like another hustle. They steady preaching, you got to get away from the church. Lead the Christian church is what's messing up the community. Well, what is different between that storefront church and y'all? We talking the truth. How do I know that? Well, if you look in Galatians 18:4, well, what does that do for me now today? And it's like, I think that that's where we need to get to. We love holding on to the past, and we love talking about what we used to do, where we're from, and what we used to be. But if we as black folks today all decided to go back to where we was from, we would be nothing but the new niggas over there. I know that may be offensive to some people. I know that some people may not understand what I'm saying, but just let that sink in for a second. Because we don't have shit here. So if we went there, what we gonna have? We ain't gonna have shit there. What does that make us? The new niggas, the new immigrants. If I packed up all my shit right now, left all my worldly possessions behind, and I just moved over to
wherever in Africa, number one, I'm not going to be accepted by my own. Number two, I ain't going to know shit about the area or the community. Number three, I'm really not even wanted there because I'm looked down by my own people. And four, what do I do there that I couldn't do here? That's all I'm saying. We in an uproar, literally talking about nothing. Now, the way that they treating Kyrie is some bullshit, and I've already talked about that. It's like how we need to step up, and black folks need to be pissed off because enough is enough, goddammit. But I don't understand like what the whole thing is. We have been on this for a long time, and you talking about somebody. When I was in high school, when I was in community college, I was all about pro-black. I was an African American studies major. I was all about that. But what does it do for us today? How does it help our people today? Is the question. If there's some people who want to practice Judaism, that's what you want to do, then why not just do that? If we the original people, the original Jews, then why not just go back to Judaism? If that's what it's about. But that's just your religion and what you're practicing and what you're teaching how you live. But what does it actually do for us is, I think, the question that we need to ask when it comes to discussing things like this. And yes, Jeffrey said in the chat, Tariq's documentaries are better. They were way better explained. Way better. I would say this, the Jews that came together for Tariq's documentary, they presented the information way better. I'm just saying. It was a way better presentation of the information. I think that's important. The way that you present the information, it has to be presented in a way to where it's actually something I can grasp, as opposed to just downloading a bunch of information to me. It's just going to be a bunch of information to me. If I can't connect the dots, if it's not made to a point to where it's useful for me and it makes sense to me, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to look at it and say, like the documentary 13. Where it talked about, all of the black folks that been enslaved, and how more black folks have been in prison than in slavery. Since slavery. Been the most niggas locked up and in captivity ever since slavery. But it's like they talked about it and they literally broke it down. They didn't just show a bunch of pictures and scroll a bunch of words across the screen like, yeah, I hope you're getting all this because you getting woke up, brother. I don't know. But just something to think about. For those of you, like I said, who haven't seen it, watch it literally when you ain't got nothing else to do. You like, hey, I can either go outside and shovel this snow, or I can watch Hebrews and Negroes. Yeah, let me go ahead and shovel the snow because somebody might slip out. No, I'm just kidding. It's better than shoveling snow. You can go and do that. Sit up, curl up with some hot cocoa or something and watch it that way. But don't go out of your way to watch it because, like I said, it's just an information download. So that's just what it is. All right. So let me go ahead and get into the show. This is one of those instances where I want to break down some video and talk about what the police done did. Because y'all know that's what I do and that's what I'm good at and that's what I like to do. So with that being said, there was an incident that occurred a little bit over a year ago, and it's in Will County, which is in Illinois. But what occurred was it was a domestic. And y'all know what I say about domestics. What do I say about domestics? It is the worst and the most dangerous call to ever go on. And this did nothing but further prove my point. And one of the things with this particular call is that there were several, and I mean several mistakes that were made. And I want you guys to maybe take a look at it, and then let's see if we can discuss it and see if you guys agree with me or not. And we can go from there. But I just want to make sure that I point out that this is definitely some graphic information, some graphic stuff, and please, 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 please make sure that your eyes are if your eyes are sensitive to this, then you don't want to see it, then you definitely need to go ahead and click on something else. But I wanted to show you guys what happened and talk about why it happened the way that it did, and what could have been done to get a better outcome than what we had. I believe that this is one of those scenarios where you have quite a few opportunities to where this could have been handled a whole lot better. But let's go ahead and let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the fair use. Drop a young commercial in there.
Distribute or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video disc under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C.
That's right,
107.
baby. Tell them about it, baby. Tell them what it do and what it don't do. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and let's check this out. This is a little short. This is a short clip, and then we're going to watch the full clip, and we will go from there.
1 year ago, Will County Sheriff's deputies shot and killed a grandfather and his grandson during a domestic dispute. For months, we fought to get the video that would show what happened inside that home. It was finally released tonight. And as CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini shows us, there might be more questions than answers.
It's a sad case involving a police response to a mental health crisis. It also involves a lack of transparency surrounding a fatal police shooting in a home in unincorporated Will County. It happened in November of last year when a grandfather and his grandson were having a domestic dispute.
Units responding to Middletree.
The grandfather, 70-year-old Eldred Wells Sr., and his grandson, 21-year-old Jabbar Muhammad, were arguing. Muhammad had just been released hours earlier from a behavioral health hospital after 10 days of treatment. Police responded to the home after a 911 call by a relative saying Muhammad was holding a knife. In the end, the sheriff deputies shot and killed Muhammad, but the Will County Sheriff's Department did not tell the public they also killed the grandfather.
Jabbar's younger brother was standing outside this door when police rushed in.
It wasn't until our investigation a few months ago that we uncovered Eldred Wells Sr. was shot multiple times.
CBS 2 made a decision not to show the full videos being released tonight because of their graphic and sensitive nature. We are about to show you some of the moments leading up to this shooting, but
now CBS may not be showing it, but y'all know who is.
we are stopping before any shots are fired. While the video was officially released tonight, the CBS 2 investigators obtained the body camera video several weeks ago, and we are currently working to find both mental health experts and police procedure experts to analyze those videos.
There are a lot of unanswered questions of how deputies handled the scene. Eldred Wells' family has filed a lawsuit. In this video, you can see sheriff deputies on the scene approaching the doorway.
Sheriff's Department!
And announce themselves as they enter. Then listen to what is said next.
Put the knife down. Put the knife down. Stop right there. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. No, listen to me, please. Put the knife down. Please, please. Stop right there. Stop right there. No, please. Put the knife down. I will not put this knife down.
Jabbar Muhammad does not put the knife down, and a few seconds later, as he lunges and stabs his grandfather, deputies fire repeatedly, striking both men fatally. The civil suit accuses the department of failing to immediately separate the two and also of yelling and agitating Muhammad before he lunged at his grandfather with the knife. After telling us they had no policy regarding how to respond to mental health crisis situations, the Sheriff's Department is now telling us they have since created a mental health policy for its deputies. All the deputies involved were cleared of any wrongdoing. We will stay on it. In the newsroom, Dave Savini, CBS 2 investigator.
Now, here's my thing with this.
And I'm going to say this. Number one, we all know and understand the apparent mental health issues that we have here in our country. I do not think that it is the responsibility of the police to deal with mental health issues. I do not understand why the police are taxed with dealing with, we got to be your defense attorney, we got to be your protector, we got to be your counselor, we got to be your crisis worker, we got to be your psychiatrist, we got to be your psychologist, we got to be all of these things just because we are on the scene. Here's the thing. Number one, police officers aren't trained to do this. Number two, it is not their job to handle mental health issues. It's just not. And I know that people have this idea of what they think the police are, what the police should do, and how the police should behave, and how the police should talk, how the police should walk, how all of this, they have all of these grand ideas. And it seems to me that the police officers are the only ones that are held to these types of standards when it comes to how they do their job. And yet and still, everybody is still talking about fuck 12. Everybody is still talking about defunding the police and all of that crap. But we want these few people to do everything for us in our lives. When we driving drunk, they want us to take us home. They want us to take them home. When they're high on drugs, they want us to administer first aid and take care of them, get them into rehab and all. Police can't do that. It's not the police job to do that. It's just not. And here's the other thing, and I'm gonna say it, and I know people may not like it. I know it may not be the popular thing, and it may even offend some people. But if your kinfolks are crazy, that don't have shit to do with me as a police officer. The best thing that your crazy ass kinfolks can do is comply. If they don't, I don't know what else to tell you. It's not my job to try to figure out and unlock the matrix to your 45-year-old uncle, auntie, grandma, grandpa, cousin, nephew, sister, brother, who I just met literally seconds ago, to figure out what they need mentally to get them to comply. That is not my job. I can't do that and be an effective police officer. When I'm on a call, when I'm interacting with a citizen or a civilian, whatever you want to call it, when I'm doing that, it is all organic and it can change literally by the second. Aside from the escalation and de-escalation, all of that I have to factor in and think about, it can all go one way or the other, for better or for worse, for not just that person that's involved, but for me as well. Why would I want to try to sit and figure out what the fuck is wrong with your cousin? Why would I want to try to figure out what the fuck is wrong with your uncle and them? That's not my job. I'm just sorry, it's not. And here's the other part. When a weapon is involved, I really shouldn't give a shit. I really wouldn't give a shit. I shouldn't. Because it's not just the person who has the knife whose life is in danger. It's the other people that's around them, including the officers. If you don't want your crazy kinfolk to get shot and killed by the police, there's only one way to avoid that. Don't call the police. Because I'm not trying to figure out what the fuck your cousin them gonna do. I'm not trying to figure out what uncle and them gonna do, what your crazy ass auntie is gonna do. I'm not going to try to figure that out while risking my life and other people's that are innocent lives every second I'm dealing with your crazy kinfolk. Why didn't they tase him? They didn't tase him because tasers don't work. It's a 50-50 fucking crapshoot with a taser. A taser is a non-lethal weapon going up against a deadly weapon. In my opinion, it's a very stupid level of force. Now, your ass is fighting or some shit like that, tase away. But the minute a deadly weapon is introduced, all bets are off, and you getting this motherfucking robot. Damn that. You getting that robot, baby. I'm not playing with you. I'm not. I'm not doing it. If I'm willing to shoot a fucking dog that you can't control, why the fuck would I fuck around with your crazy ass, whoever fill in the blank, and they got a fucking knife? They got a fucking gun. I'm not dealing with that. You don't even want to deal with it, which is why you called us in the first fucking place. Try that on for size. People got this crazy ass idea that a knife ain't shit. I beg to differ. A knife will send your ass right into the upper room.
The upper room.
When Jesus comes. Easily. In all actuality, and I've said this quite a few times, I am personally more afraid or terrified of getting stabbed than I am getting shot. I'm more afraid of a knife or kniff, depending on where you're from, than I am getting shot with a gun. Just saying. I'm just saying. You have no idea what it's like to deal with something like this when it comes to your life being on the line and you potentially dying, you're another citizen, your partner, or whatever the case may be. When a knife comes out, so should your Glock. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm not playing, and neither should police. And we should not expect police officers to try to figure that part out. Now, look, you standing there and you got some shoe in your hand, you got one of them wiffle ball bats in your hand or something like that. Yeah, we can talk to your ass till the cows come home. That knife come out, put the knife down. You getting one time, you getting one check. I said put the knife down. Double tap. Just saying. That's how it should be. Because you never know when and what a person is going to do and what type of damage they can inflict with that knife.
1 year ago, Will County Sheriff...
Sorry. That's all I'm saying. It's just that easily done to where people say, I didn't think he would. Well, he got there so
The Will
He
County
closed the
Sheriff's Department
ground
has
so
released police body cam video from a controversial shooting and a domestic disturbance just over a year ago.
70-year-old man and his grandson died in that incident. WGN's Dana Rebick joins us now with the video.
Well, this police-involved shooting happened about a year ago, and the officers involved were not charged. But now family of the men who died are taking legal action against the Will County Sheriff's Office and the deputies involved. We do want to warn you, the details and video in this story may be disturbing to some viewers.
It's horrible for so many reasons, and it is tragic.
On the afternoon of November 6th, 2021, Will County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Joliet Township home of 70-year-old Eldred Wells. Two of his grandsons were there. One of them called 911 because his brother, 21-year-old Jabbar Muhammad, had a knife and was threatening Wells.
he had a knife and he was already threatening. He had a knife and he's already threatening. And here's my other thing. If you have a person who's in a domestic dispute and their loved ones can't calm them down, what makes you think the police can resolve it peacefully? What makes you think they can resolve it? How can they resolve it more peacefully than you, and it's your loved one? It's your husband, it's your cousin, it's your grandfather, it's your uncle, it's your auntie, it's your sister, it's whoever fill in the blank. If you being their loved one and make what it makes it worse sometimes is you ain't even in the situation. You ain't even a part of the altercation. The dispute, the discord, whatever's going on, you ain't got nothing to do with it. You on the sideline. If you can't reach that person, what makes you think that I can resolve this peacefully?
The Will County Sheriff's Department failed to de-escalate this situation. They were aware that Jabbar Muhammad, Mr. Wells' grandson, was suffering from a mental health crisis. He had just gotten out of a mental health facility.
How does that even make sense? He just got out of a mental health facility, and now he's having a mental health crisis. I just got out of intensive care. Now I'm having a trauma event. I just got out of the hospital. Now I'm having a heart attack. I just got out of the hospital for being treated for a heart attack. And as soon as I get out, hours later, I'm having another heart attack. Thank you, the eye inside. And this is another point that I'm going to make. It just means that the mental health facility pencil whipped the whole situation. They gave his ass some meds, they monitored his ass, and then they kicked him right on out the door. Held his ass just long enough to where they can get a check, whether it's from the state, whether it's from some mental health insurance, some medical insurance. They pencil whipped it just long enough to where they could say, hey, we saw him, we talked to him, but hey, let him go. And there you have it. Because most of these mental health facilities, unless your ass got insurance and unless you got good insurance, they ain't trying to keep you because there's no money in it. Which is why it is so important for us to push for our government to provide these mental health resources, whether it's your local, state, or federal. There is money that just needs to be allocated for these types of resources. We can go and build all these goddamn jails, but we can't build no mental health facilities. We can give all of these tax incentives to build these stadiums. We can give all of these incentives to build these big corporation warehouses, Amazon, whom I love. Ain't got no problems with no Jeff Bezos, baby. But we can, as a government, we can give all of these tax breaks and incentives to entice these big corporations like Tesla, or as the niggas say, Tesla. We can get all of these big companies, the Boeings and the Lockheed Martins and all of these other big companies to come here and come there to build all of these wonderful factories, Walmarts. But we can't put together a few $1 million to build a 200-bed mental health institution, mental health facility. We can't. I don't believe it. We can build a jail, but we can't build a mental health facility. We can build a juvenile detention center, but we can't build a mental health facility. We can build a prison, but we can't build a mental health facility. I ain't buying it. That's bullshit.
Receiving mental health treatment for an intensive 10-day period about 4 or 5 hours before this fatal shooting.
Sheriff's Department.
When two deputies entered the home, they found a TV blaring loud music and Jabbar Muhammad and his grandfather inside.
Put the knife down now. Put it down. Put it down.
One of the deputies draws his weapon. Another has a taser.
Down now. Put it down. Put it down now.
Within 30 seconds of entering the home, as Muhammad refuses to drop the knife, he lunges at his grandfather, stabbing him in the neck. Then two deputies open fire.
Any wounds that Mr. Wells received from Mr. Muhammad were superficial in nature, would have caused his death. And what caused his death was the fact that he was shot through the back, through his aortic artery, and that was the actual cause of his death.
Now, here's the thing with that. And it's amazing to me. So, based on his logic, he's saying that the police should have just let him keep stabbing. Let him play Chucky. That's what y'all want us to do? We come up on the scene. Charles Lee Ray is there. And Charles Lee Ray gets the Stabby McStabberson going. And we should just say, okay. Okay. Hey, man, stop. Hey, stop that, son. You don't want to do that. You don't want to keep stabbing your granddaddy. Don't do that. Stop it. You stop it right now. Cut it out. I'm going to tase you. You stop. Taser. You stop it. Get away from there. Get your hands off him. Stop stabbing him with that knife. Pull that knife away. But what you do? Get your knife over here. Don't you put that knife on that boy. That's what we're supposed to do. These lawyers are full of shit. And I've yet to see a lawyer, crisis worker, psychiatrist, whoever the fuck you want to insert, aside from a police officer, in these situations and just apprehend a motherfucker with the knife playing Michael Myers. Or play a Jason Voorhees. Yet to see it. I've yet to see it. It's like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all talking about?
The deputies then called for an ambulance and at first reported Muhammad was the only one shot.
One stab. One more shot. Just a drama kit?
Deputies open Wells' shirt and then realize he was hit as well and start CPR.
3, 4 on this mill right here. 1 on this mill right here. CPR.
After a review by the Will Grundy Major Crimes Task Force, the Will County State's Attorney's Office determined it would not file any charges against the deputies. But last month, a wrongful death lawsuit was filed against the Will County Sheriff's Office on behalf of Wells' family.
What should have occurred is the level of aggression that these officers displayed should have been taken down significantly.
What? What do you mean taken down significantly? Somebody who has a fucking knife out and is threatening to stab someone, we need to take it down a notch? Man, Shit. I wish I would take it down a notch with a motherfucker with a knife or with a gun. Well, when do I take it up a notch? If I needed to take it down a notch in that situation, you tell me, Mr. Lawyer, when do I take it up a notch? It's just like the girl who got shot by the police officer when she's going to stab another girl. That wasn't called for. They ain't had to do that. They could have pulled out that taser. That they could have did. They could have pulled out the taser. They could have stopped her that way. He ain't had to shoot her though. Sounded like Steel from fucking Juice. Did you harass Mr. Quiles on a consistent basis? Yeah, but we ain't kill him, no. It's like, what are you supposed to do? The person is stabbing the other person. Why wouldn't I stop them? Or should we just walk away? Don't be so quick to walk away. Come on, stabbing me. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do? You see a motherfucker with a knife? All right. Hey, man, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Sir, I would, sir, please don't. Sir, why you, sir, stop. Sir, you're going to kill her if you keep stabbing her, sir. Please stop. Sir, that's not nice. Sir, the knife is, sir, that's a chef's knife. It's very, sir, just, you see what you done did now, sir? Now she's dead. Now she's dead. Ma'am, you done stabbed your drunk husband. Now he's dead and he shitted on himself. That's what you're supposed to do?
Goal in bringing this lawsuit is to try to obtain a measure of justice for this family who has lost two members of his family that we believe did not have to occur.
Now, we reached out to the Will County Sheriff's Office. They sent us this statement on behalf of Deputy Chief Dan Jungles, saying deputies fired their service weapons at Jabbar Muhammad in defense of Eldred Wells' life. The investigation concluded that the officers that used deadly force in this encounter were justified in their actions, and there were no policy violations associated with the actions of those officers. The Will County Sheriff's Office would like to extend our sincere condolences to all of the family members of the Wells and Muhammad families affected by this incident. Now, attorney Keenan Salter argues that the deputies should have made more efforts to separate these two individuals once they got to the home and had a better plan coordinating together before they went in to decide how they're going to handle this situation.
Have they spoken to the family?
We don't believe so, and at the time, the attorney says they would not release this body cam video to the family. So it took quite some time, I think, some FOIA requests for this to come out. It's been an entire year since this happened.
Thank you, Dana.
Now, actually, and this is, y'all heard me say this because now I'm about to talk about these police officers just a little bit. So the sheriff, his name is Kelly, something Kelly. But the sheriff literally withheld this footage. And y'all know me and my own thing about FOIA requests and all that shit. Body cam footage should be made available, good, bad, or indifferent, within 72 hours. Once cause of death and all that stuff has been confirmed and you've actually worked the crime scene, body cam footage should be available. You got to scrub out names, that's fine. But other than that, body cam footage should be made available as soon as that time period is over. So I would even say, in all fairness, once the crime scene has been worked and completely documented, family has been notified, within 72 hours, body cam footage should be released. That way, anywhere between a couple of weeks, no more than a month, should it take for someone to get body cam footage. People should not have to wait a year, 2 years, waiting on body cam footage because the sheriff is like, nah, fuck that. There's a bad look for me. I got an election coming up in 4 months. I'm holding this shit back, pimp. Nope. Your guys did it. Put it out there. Plain and simple. Good, bad, or indifferent. Just saying. But let's look at this footage, and I want you to see exactly what happened, and we will go and break this on down because this one is a doozy. Definitely. Officers arrive on the scene. Now, some people may be saying, why is he walking to a domestic dispute? Because you don't know what the fuck is going on and you want to approach with caution, and it's not a thing where I need to run in there unless I hear bangs and screams. That's the only way I'm picking up the pace. Other than that, whatever the fuck is going on, I'm hoping that it's ceasing and desisting and on its way down to a 0.
17 advising that contender may try to make any silver Dodge Durango or Toyota.
No, John. That's a good question. John Costello said, was the FOIA request filled out before that year? Yes. Or did he suppress it on purpose? He suppressed it on purpose. He literally was like, we ain't releasing it yet. Yeah. Yep. Because this happened, I believe, in 2021. And they just released it literally like a few days ago. Like 2 days ago. So, yeah. Great question there, Eye Inside. I'm gonna break it down for you too.
Sheriff's Department. Stop right there, please. What's going on? What's going on, man? Put the knife down. Put the knife. Stop right there. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. No, listen to me, please. Put the knife down. Please, please. Stop right there. Stop right there. No, please. Put the knife down. I will not put this knife down. All I'm gonna do. Put the knife down. My mother. Step. Put the knife down now. Put it down. Put it down now. Get down. Stop. Put it down. 67 shots fired by, please. We need 52 now. Stop.
Now, first mistake. Let's go back here. So you come in.
Sheriff's Department.
Yes, department.
Stop right there, please. What's going on? What's going on, man? Put the knife down. Put the knife. Stop.
Once you've identified that knife and you've given a command one time with a deadly weapon, your weapon should be drawn. Your weapon should be drawn. First thing, put down the knife. Second thing, sir, speaking to the grandfather, get over there. Sir, come to me around here and get out. Because what you are there to do at that point, because you have a deadly weapon involved, you are now in stopping the threat mode. That's why I say you don't have no time to sit and, oh, what's wrong, buddy? Come on and talk to me, bub. Hey, my guy, what's happening? No, I don't have time for that. Once that deadly weapon is in play, it's all about my safety and the other people who are there safety. And the first thing I want to do, especially you got 2 officers there, I'm putting a gun on this motherfucker and I'm getting granddaddy the fuck out the way. Because in my mind, and here's a message to you officers, you see somebody with a weapon, you need to be planning to shoot that motherfucker. In your mind, you see a weapon, your mind should be, I might have to shoot this motherfucker. There's a good chance this motherfucker might get shot. Next few seconds are going to be critical. anytime that you go on a domestic dispute specifically, anytime you go on a domestic, what is the first thing that you do when you arrive on the scene? You separate all parties. If I got two aunties and an uncle fighting, separate all parties. I got a husband and wife going at it, arguing. Wife sitting there with two black eyes because obviously the bitch didn't listen not once but twice. Separate both parties. I got three cousins fighting at a birthday party because somebody drank the last of the Kool-Aid. Separate all parties. We gonna get to the bottom of it. We gonna talk about it. And everybody gonna get to tell their side. But first, separate all parties. The other thing is, and unfortunately you have to be this way when it comes to a knife or a gun, you don't get to have 50 chances to listen and to comply. You hit them with the Lionel Richie. You tell them once, twice, 3 times I'm shooting. 'Cause I'm gonna kill you. I'll tell you once and twice. Then 3 times I'm going crazy and unloading on you. I'm unloading on you. That's what the fuck you better be ready to do. If you ain't ready to do that, take off the badge, take off the gun, and go sit your ass in the mall somewhere. Go down to the mall, and you sit there, and you play Radio Cop, you play Flashlight Cop, all you want. You can't fuck around with this. Thank you, Wolf Bear. You're right on the same street I'm driving now. One of the reasons why you can't fuck around with this, because I know some people would think, oh, he just got a knife. Oh, man, just a knife. You can just tase that, man. He gonna drop it, man. As soon as you hit him with the ease, he gonna drop it. There is a thing called the 21-foot rule. And what the 21-foot rule means, and it's been documented, you can Google it on YouTube, you can search it on YouTube, and you will see the 21-foot rule states if a person is within 21 feet of you with a knife, and that person begins to charge at you with a knife, and you have a gun, you are more than likely going to get stabbed. Because a person with a knife closing in on 21 feet with you with a gun, you cannot get that gun off in time standing there at that 21 foot. And if you do, the odds of you being able to get your gun out, and get your gun off, that means shooting him or her and actually stopping that threat, slim to none. You can forget about it. You're going to get cut, stabbed, jugged, shanked, stuck, something. More than likely, you will be bleeding. Which is why, in the distance that they're in, which is about 4 feet, max, he is not only a threat, but an imminent threat for grave danger and grave bodily harm. Great danger and grave bodily harm. That means that dude standing that close to that man could end his life, which therefore authorizes those police officers to use deadly force, and you don't have to wait to use it. I'd have gave that motherfucker one chance. Sir, put the knife down before I shoot. Sir, if you don't put the knife down, I will shoot. Bang, bang. That's it. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. It's just that simple. Because waiting around, it's not going to do anything but get worse. That's it. It's only going to get worse the longer you wait. Let's keep watching.
Right there, please. No, listen to me, please.
Other thing is this. Will County Sheriffs, why in the fuck would you let a crazy person or a person with a knife control the interaction? This motherfucker's literally like, wait right there. Hold on. Man, get the fuck out my face. Boy.
Wait, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
That's it. You don't get to tell me to wait. You got a knife. I'm here because you wilding out. Why would I listen to the crazy person? Why would I reason with the crazy person? Why would I, the person who's having the mental breakdown, the person who is in mental distress right now, why would I let that person control the interaction, control the conversation, control this entire situation when I am the authorized authority figure in this situation? Point blank, period. I'm not playing with your ass. Get your half-naked ass down on the ground and drop the knife, motherfucker. That's it. Not dealing with this shit. Put the knife down or I'll shoot. That's all I'm giving you. And that's nice. And that's because it's on a Tuesday. And I just feel like being a little extra nice on Tuesdays. Other than that, bang, bang.
Please, stop right there.
Listen to them. And they stopping like some dumbasses. These motherfuckers have stopped. I wish I would. I wish a nigga would tell me to stop and I'm the police. And I walk in the door and I see this punk motherfucker with a knife. Now, if he was standing there with just fists, I might give him some leeway and fuck around with him for a few minutes. This motherfucker got a knife, got a gun, got a bat, got a stick, a pole, whatever the fuck. Boy, hey, your ass got one time. One time. That's it. I'm not playing with your ass. I'm going to come in that motherfucker, give you your warning. After that, I'm going to let you have it. And it's going to be the end. Damn, I ain't got my shit. Hell no, I don't. Oh, I got to fix that.
No, please. Put the knife down. I will not put this knife down.
He just told you, I will not put this knife down. Why are we still talking? Go to work. I know that ain't what you decided to do on today. I know that that wasn't your intention on today. I know you didn't set out and start your shift, and when you checked on, you like, yeah, I'm going to shoot me a nigga today. I know that's not your thing. I know that that's not what you wanted, officer. However, you're now at that point. Shoot this one motherfucker and get it over with. Why? Because you could potentially have 2 or more dead bodies than one. That's why. You're here and you're on site, obviously, because nobody else who was way closer to this person than you are can calm this motherfucker down. And watch what happens.
All I want to do, put the knife down. My mother. Step, put the knife.
There's another opportunity. Create some distance between you and this motherfucking man over here. Tell him to get out of the way, sir. Sir, move. Sir, move back.
Down now! Put it down! Put it down now!
Now, after the first shots have been made, it looks as though Granddad is still alive. It's not until round 2, when the second barrage of bullets are fired, that Grandpa's arm goes down, and I believe that's when he was fatally struck. Watch.
Stop! Stop!
See, he's saying stop, stop. Now, at this point, if I've done this, I need to try to approach and get that knife, or I need to approach for a clearer shot. Because they definitely took a chance shooting, but at that point, you had no choice because he closed the distance well within that 21-foot rule. And there it is. There it is. Now it's shots fired, help, and now it's too late.
Stop! Put it down! 67 shots fired by, please. We need 52 now. Stop! 67, we need more. We have staggered them and one shot victim. Stop! Get him down! Hey, you got him? I got him. Give him.
How many people they got shot?
And here's the sad part. The grandfather was still trying to stop them from hurting his grandson. And I understand that part, and that part is sad. However, this is just why the police are here to do the job. This is exactly why when you get on the scene, do your job. All that extra shit, coulda, woulda, shoulda, what might be, what eliminate the threat, protect the innocent, get that victim or potential victim, that civilian, out of harm's way first. I would have rather them shot that dude after the first warning of drop the knife than to let everything else go down the way it did. Because the longer and the more time that you give a bad guy, the more time and the more shit a bad guy cooks up in his brain.
It's a 1-0 shot, one stab. 1-0 shot, one stab. I got covered. Where's the knife? I don't know. It's over here somewhere. Okay, I got a knife. Got him. Sir! What's your name?
You got the knife?
Knife's over here. On the foot. He's got multiple gunshots.
He has multiple gunshots because the police was waiting. He has multiple gunshots because the police let the bad guy control the scene. He has multiple gunshots because the police were slow to act. That's why. That's why that man is laying there shot right now. They were not smart enough to remove him from that situation immediately. They were not smart enough to not let this guy basically control the interaction. And they were not smart enough to say, I'm only going to give this dude 1, maybe 2 chances, and I'm going to shoot him. Put the gun down or I'll shoot. Put the gun down or I'll shoot. Bang, 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 bang. Let me bang. Boop, 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 boop. Let me bang. That's some Chicago house here shit right there. Crazy ass bitch. They think they out of shit. Told that crazy bitch they better drop that shit. They didn't drop the shit. So I said, hey, pulled out my gun, then I let that fucker bang. Let it bang. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting freedom ring from the hole in my Glock for this nigga not listening to a fucking thing. Shout out to the ghetto boys. That's just what it is.
Officer, help me out here. Hey, trying to find. Looks like he's got. Sir!
You guys got gloves or no?
I got gloves. He's got gloves. Hey,
how many shots I see?
The most like 3, 4 on this mill right here. 1 on this mill right here. CPR. Hey. Hey, from the elbow. Where's that? Hey, who else got a go bag? Anybody else got a go bag? This is my car. You need some plugs to plug it? You want to plug it in? The hole? I just got a plug. That's it.
Hey, and look, it's like inside the ISI said, it always makes sense to play out a scenario in your head before you realize there's no rewind button. Here's what you have to do as a law enforcement officer. Number one, you have to be tactically aware. All right. Number two, you have to know and have your mind made up on what you're going to do in certain situations before you clock on, before you take the call, before you go on the call, before you are involved with the investigation. You got to have it already made up in your mind right here. If I see someone holding someone or going after someone with a knife, I'm shooting them. Not, well, I'm going to try to see first what they're going to do. I want to see if it's a butter knife or if they for real. Nope. It's just like me when I used to go out. I always used to tell my partner, hey, bro, Todd, look, man, I'm shooting the dog. I'm not playing with these people and these dogs that they got roaming around on their farms. Because these dogs, they bite. And if it's a big-ass dog, I'm shooting it. Any dog that's 60 pounds up, 50 pounds and up, that motherfucker come after me, I'm not going to get bit. I'm going to put this Glock 26 on this dog's head, and I'm going to drop him. Mr. Freckles, Scruffy, Ruffy, whatever you want to call this motherfucker, is going to go to heaven. Because they say all dogs go to heaven, right? We going to test the theory. I'm shooting the dog. And he knew that. So what he would do, he had several tactics. Todd would keep doggy treats in the little armrest on his door. And then if a dog was coming up to the car or something like that, or if he got out and he saw a dog running up, he would pull out his taser and you can kind of like squeeze. I think you on his, you can squeeze the trigger a little bit or do something to like test. I think that was a test. You put it in test mode and it'll test to make sure that it has the charge, but it'll make a noise. It'll make that tasing noise. And he would do that. Sometimes it would scare the dogs away or the treats would work and the dog would be good. But other than that, I ain't fucking around. I remember one time it was a loose pit bull. And we went and got the dog. And I was like, hey, man, you better get that motherfucking dog in the back seat because that dog come right trying to fuck with me. I'm going to fucking kill him. He's like, all right, I'm going to try it. Toss the dog a couple of treats. Did the little gingerbread house shit right into the back of the car. Car was caged. Hey, cool. We got him. Good job. Let's take him over to the pound. That's it. I'm cool with that. Because I ain't scared of dogs. I'm just not fucking around with no dog that ain't mine that I don't know. Plenty of you have no idea how people train their dogs. And you definitely have no idea if these dogs are trained at all. I'm not taking that chance of getting bit and having to go get a rabies shot, get some stitches and all that because somebody's sitting back saying, some old white lady, he's never done that before. Yeah, well, bitch, he probably ain't never seen a nigga before, and you probably been telling him to get niggas for the past 30 years. Ain't no dog gonna be 30. But whatever. I'm just saying, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna try to figure that out because people love to do that, especially my Caucasian brothers and sisters. Y'all think y'all dog is the sweetest fucking animal in the goddamn world and ain't gonna harm a soul until it do. Then y'all are just shocked while somebody else is getting 108 stitches because your dog decided to have a day. I can't stand that shit. When people used to tell me when I was working for Geek Squad, people would tell me, oh, he won't bite. He's harmless. Ma'am, he has teeth and he doesn't know me. Put your dog up if you'd like for me to perform service. All righty, no problem. Exactly. I don't want your dog jumping up on me. I don't want him putting his slob on my pants, on my shit. Your dog stank. I don't want to smell like dog. I don't like it. Sam, I am. Don't like smelling like dog and eating ham. Well, actually, I do like ham, but I don't like smelling like no dog. Just what it is.
Honey, what city do you need? No other station responsible. Stand by on any other
Want to work on this guy. TV on like a motherfucker.
Hey, we gotta. Come on. I need a wound. I need a Where's the other guy? He's outside the front. What's this guy's name?
Who, this guy?
Yeah. No clue.
You want the 17's name?
Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
The one Nick's working on.
we're gonna get all that information in a minute, all right? He's still outside. I gotta make sure the scene is secure.
Stay with me. I got. Austin is really advanced. Hey, you good about making over? Take over. Alright, you take over. I get 80 on it. Take over all plug shit.
This is ridiculous, man. And it's like you have this, unfortunate event that has taken place. And the biggest thing about this is just lack of training and execution that led you down this road. Because I promise you, it's a lot easier to deal with and to cope with, once you've had to shoot someone. It's a lot easier to deal with it when they're the bad guy and they definitely were going to hurt someone else or could have hurt someone else. It's way different when it's somebody who is not a criminal, who is not a thug, who's literally trying to keep the peace, and that person now has to die because of it. Because he was being a grandfather, caring for his grandson, trying to make his grandson see the light so that it wouldn't be a thing to where he would end up like this. Because that's exactly what that grandfather was thinking about. Because he didn't call the police. The brother did. The grandfather was trying to avoid this right here. But he couldn't control him. He couldn't do anything with him. And he's having a mental crisis with a knife.
I'm telling y'all, it don't get no more dangerous than that. It just doesn't. And my thing is, the expectation to have the police to figure this shit out, there's nobody who can figure this out and not be, if his own family can't figure it out, there's no way somebody else can figure this out without there being someone getting hurt. And this show is some old evil ass fucking metal music, heavy metal music playing like a motherfucker, but goddamn.
South 35 and couple of the central area right now. Hi, good morning. I'm going to be
Yeah, John.
They're here. They're here.
Yeah, John, there were several opportunities where they could have gotten this grandfather out of the picture, but because of their lack of hesitation and lack of execution, they just hesitated and took too goddamn long to take care of business, and they let the bad guy make the worst move. They allowed the bad guy to make the worst move, and he did. And even if they would have, well, the cuts on him was superficial. Yeah, but if they had let him keep going, it probably would have been fatal. Which is why you want to shoot that person before it even gets to that. If this person ain't putting the knife down, game is on. All bets are off. Your ass is you're seconds away from getting shot. I'm not playing with you because I'm not going to allow you to go and to fucking hurt this other person who has no weapon and is innocent. I'm not going to do it. And that is the responsibility of the police officers. And that's one of the reasons why the Sheriff Kelly, was actually holding up this whole entire FOIA thing, because he knew it looked bad. He knew it was terrible. He knew they made a mistake. But yet and still, there's no policy for it. There's no training for it. So it's like, yeah, they both dead. So it's like, what do I do? Don't say nothing. Hit them with the Bernie Mac with the jungle leg. Don't say nothing. Don't give them no video. You ain't gonna be able to get away with that, bucko. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So it's like, those are the things that you have to think about, and those are the things that you have to be able to deal with and react to literally in a matter of seconds. Because the more you hesitate, the more somebody else's life is in danger. And in this instance, the bad guy got hurt, but the good guy paid the price too. And that's just not cool. It's just not. And it's like, that's the thing that I would look at to say, as a police officer, I don't want this to happen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he has a knife, and I don't want what comes along with that to happen. People's with knives usually stab people, or they stab themselves. I don't want either one to happen. So let me step in, and if I gotta shoot this person, so be it. I'd rather have one person shot than two. I'd rather have one person dead than two. That's just what it is. And yeah, they gave him, they found no fault in the officers, and they found that the officers did what they were supposed to do, but it could have been done better. And that wrongful death suit, hey, if they win, more power to them, because it could have been done better. Those officers should have separated those two parties instantly. And if he didn't want to comply, I get it. But it should have been the grandfather and the grandmama and whoever else placing the lawsuit or filing the lawsuit, then the grandfather not being there to file that lawsuit because he's now dead because the police failed to act in that domestic violence situation by separating the two. So John asked a great question. So how should it have gone down? Order the grandfather to make distance as you trained on the grandson just in case, right? Wouldn't it kind of end up the same way because the 21-foot rule? Because of the 21-foot rule, here's the thing. 2 officers on the scene, 1 automatically should have been on him. If that's me and I get the knife guy, I'm hoping that my partner is trying to create distance with this guy, with the grandfather, but I'm looking at bad guy, Mr. Muhammad, and his hands. That's it. And I'm telling him to put the gun down, I'm going to shoot. Put the gun down, I'm going to shoot. He gets that twice, and I'm shooting. 21-foot rule ain't in place because he's taking no steps. It's there, but it hasn't occurred yet. So I think if this was redone, if I was on this call, Mr. Jamad Muhammad would have been shot dead. Absolutely. Because while he talking that, hold on, wait, hold on. Just hold it right there. Bang, bang, I shot you down. Bang, bang, you hit the ground. Bang, bang, I used to shoot you down. That's it. I'm shooting him down. Plain and simple. And then he would have been laying there. He would have been like,
He broke my collarbone.
mm-hmm. And shortly after that,
The upper room with Jesus.
then grandmama and grandpapa and all of them would have came in and they would have been like, and I'd have said, I'm sorry, Nana and Papa, but
well, he died doing what he loved. Getting shot.
That's just it. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It just goes down like that. As they say in Carlito's way. It bees like that sometimes. Sometimes it bees like that. Just what it is. Yup. Sorry. They should have just came in aggressively and took control of the situation. You give that guy 2 commands, put the gun down or shoot, put the gun down or shoot. As the other officer is saying, sir, I need you to move all the way over here. Sir, I need you to come over here behind me. Sir, please back up. Back up right now. Sir, get back. Get back. Those 2 things happening simultaneously, granddaddy's still alive. Granddaddy's still alive. Those 2 things happen simultaneously. Easily. Easily, granddaddy's still alive. But the fact that they lollygagged, procrastinated, tried to listen to this guy, hear him out, you can't hear a motherfucker out with a knife in his hand. You can't hear a motherfucker out with a gun in their hand. You can't. You give them a warning, warn them twice. After that, put them on ice. Tell you once, tell you twice. 3rd time, I'm putting you on ice. That's just it. That's just it. So, I hope that you guys, hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that some police officers can watch this and see the error in these officers' ways so that they won't make them. And I hope that people will learn and family members will learn. Stop calling the police with your crazy relatives if you don't want them to get shot. That's all I'm saying. Don't call the police on your relatives if you don't want them to get shot. If they out here and they got knives, guns, bats, golf clubs, sticks, poles, baseball bats, whatever it is they got, don't call the police if you don't want them to get shot. Because when they don't listen, and if they crazy, they're probably not good listeners. That's what's going to happen. I don't know who you are, great, but tell me who you are, because yes, this is me. If you went to Metcalf or Julian, motherfucker, it's me, nigga. But yeah, that's just what it is. So I hope that people can learn from this and understand exactly what the police are there for, and that these guys, because they didn't come there and do their job effectively, you got a dead grandfather and grandson. And it shouldn't have been this way. It shouldn't have went down like that. It didn't have to go down like that. And like I said, lack of execution and taking control of the situation, being the authority figure in that situation. They are in the position of authority by law. That was the problem. So thank you guys so much. Please, please, please click that like button. If you're watching this on the replay, click the like button, leave a comment and what your thoughts are, what you thought about this situation and this interaction, what could have gone better, or otherwise, what your thoughts are on that. Please, if you want, click that that PayPal and leave a donation. I appreciate that. As always, man, I hope that somebody will see this and say, let me do things a little bit differently next time so that this won't happen to me. Remember, as far as the United Guns of America goes, which is my other channel, please subscribe to that. Because remember, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That's all I'm saying. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world. Chose to hang out with me tonight, and I surely appreciate that. Thank you guys. Shout out to all my mods. CJ Gunn, I appreciate you so much. Y'all have a good night. Until next time, peace, and I'm out.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff, anything that's happening. I'm willing to have a conversation about it, so come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.